There's people outside.
Okay,
Just
fine.
getting coffee.
Sorry.
Morning, morning.
Yeah.
Yes. Hartlike welkom vir julle almal en baie dankie dat julle hier is vir hierdie vergadering van mense wat belangstel in toerisme en hospitality. Very hearty welcome. I know some of you. Malasela, thank you for coming all the way from Waterberg. Malasela and his new team are responsible for Telekeshi there, and they're trying to rebuild Telekeshi, and they've come all the way from Waterberg, so thank you very, very much. Ek sal wissels tussen Engels en Afrikaans, so as daar enige iemand wat 'n probleem het met Engels of Afrikaans, sê maar net en ek sal dit herhaal. Die hele doel vir vandag, the main purpose of today is to do a feedback. We launched Waterberg Tourism 2 months ago exactly. And at that meeting we said what we will do is report back every 2 months on what has been happening, but also to get feedback from the people who are out there in the field. So today's meeting is an informal one. We don't intend to take a lot of time. But one of the problems we're having is when do we set dates for meetings? Do you do it in the morning? Do you do it in the afternoon? Do you do it in the evening? Do you do it on weekends? Do you do it during the week? Maak nie saak wanneer jy probeer doen. Dit is nie pasbaar by al die mense nie. So maybe when we come to feedback from yourselves, you can give us a little bit of help on what and when we should be having these meetings. Today I'm going to give you a very short feedback on some of the achievements that have been made in the last two months. We're then going to have a short feedback from yourselves on anything you would like to see as people who are in the tourism and hospitality business. And then we're going to hand out certificates to the new members who are here in recognition for their membership. On the members' side, we've more than doubled the number of members in the last 2 months, which is, I think, a very, very significant achievement given the political environment we're in. Our goals have been reached for founder members. In fact, the founder member category has now been closed. We started the founder member to raise funds rapidly, so that we call it seed money, to be able to fund the initial expenses. Die rekenaar, die kiosk wat ons gestig het en al daardie goed is deur daardie geld bymekaar gemaak en ons het hom gebruik vir daardie doeleindes. Van nou af is daar net een lidskap en dis 'n jaarlikse lidskap wat ons nou gaan verder doen. The other thing we've opened in the last 2 months now is the kiosk daar tussen Black Mamba and the spa. And I must tell you, we've had a wonderful response to that kiosk. What has happened is we staff the kiosk with people like Daleen. Daleen, would you stand up and introduce yourself? Daleen Vermaak. And Fingers, his Fingers here, he's not here yet, he'll be here shortly. But we've also had a number of volunteers who have approached us. Mense wat nie word betaal nie, maar hulle kom, hulle sit daar. Ons het hulle opgelei, we trained them, and we are continually training them to use the database that John Bufton over there, John is in charge of our database, and we are training these people to provide information to visitors. We keep a daily book on what happens there. Anyone who approaches the window gets entered in the book and what they've wanted, and we are truly surprised at the number of inquiries that have come out by visitors and also local people, which was surprising. Our database, we started off with a database which John Bufton had done prior to the launch. That database has been expanded and developed even further. It's now encompassing all sorts of other things, and we have something like 400 items on that database already. The aim is to get it up to 1,000 members or businesses or activities by the end of the year. Identity, we're trying to establish an identity for Waterberg tourism. We have blue shirts, those who are involved directly in Waterberg tourism. Christy down there, hello Christy, welcome. She's the director of Waterberg tourism. As you can see, John, myself, Daleen, all have the blue shirt with the logo. You'll be seeing more of these around town, only for those who are directly involved. We've also done, and I don't think as successfully as we should have, the Ask Me button. This was an idea by our mayor, which I think is a wonderful idea. The idea is to have all the petrol station attendants wear this button. And it says, Ask Me, Waterberg Tourism, and it has a phone number. We believe the mistake we made was that we did not inform the attendants and train them properly how to respond when people ask them questions. So that is being corrected. We're providing them with a list of information. They are not tourist operators, but their idea is to direct them to people who would be able to help them with tourist inquiries. We've done banners and signs. You've seen this banner here. We've got all sorts of things that we're doing. We're doing calendars for next year as well. We're developing a very interesting little brochure for people who come to the kiosk. Baie keer het ons mense wat daar kom. En hulle sê, wat kan ek in Vaalwater doen? What can I do in Vaalwater? En jy weet, om deur 'n lys te gaan, om dinge uit te soek, is altyd bietjie moeilik en dit vat tyd. So what we're doing with the database that John has done and a development that Fingers has done in the kiosk is we're going to be able to print out a list specifically for people who want to do things. Yesterday, for example, we had a lady and a gentleman who came and they said they wanted to do cycling. Where can they cycle in the Waterberg? And through John's database, we could pull out, was it 12 places that they could cycle within a 20-kilometer radius, where people welcome them to come and cycle. They usually charge a nominal fee, and these people are extremely happy. So the idea is to be able to, on demand, print out specific brochures for people who want to have do activities within the Waterberg area. The information kiosk is obviously standalone. It's in a very prominent position between the Black Mamba and the Spa, and a lot of people have recognized it already, and as I say, we're pleasantly surprised by the number of visitors that we're getting. Of course, no tourism is good without safety and security. What are we doing there? We're working with the CPF. Early stages yet, but we're trying to work together with them, the private sector, as well as Save the Waterberg Rhino. There's a whole initiative here that is coming together with the involvement of the whole community. And we also have some 20 tourism safety monitors. Now, a misnomer, and quite frankly, I'm a little skeptical about this program. They took 20 people through a process in Modimolle, selected them, gave them a 3-month course for 2 weeks every month on what tourism safety is all about, with the idea of them going out and helping. No uniforms, no real training or anything else. So we picked this up, and with the help of Susanna Eckhard of Pam Golding, who's now also a member, we are trying to coordinate these safety monitors to use them in a meaningful way. Only 2 weeks ago, there were 3 cars jammed outside Spa. Now, if we have these safety monitors there, they should be aware of what is going on in the hot spots in town. And the idea is to deploy them in various areas so that not only will they feed back to us on safety, but the intent is also to start looking at our town. We want them ultimately to report back on dirty areas. Why are they dirty? Where are the dirty areas? Where is rubbish being dumped? How can we coordinate with the Modimolle municipality to make sure that when people arrive in Vaal-Water, it's a clean and acceptable area? We are also planting at the moment 100 trees. We've given 15 to Lessedeng High School, to their environmental club. We're going to plant, these are all indigenous trees that are water friendly. We're going to be planting them along the main road, out of way where the road is going to be expanded, so they will last hopefully a long time. These monitors will also be given the job of seeing that these trees are in fact protected and that people do not start cutting them down. Lord Swanevelde and his team have donated to us the silk that we're going to put around the trees and also the dropper poles, so they're going to be protected from the goats, the donkeys and the cattle as well. So that's one of the things we're doing towards. We're clearing a park. Where is that park? What streets is it? Rooibok?
I can't remember that.
It's up towards the back end. It's between the residential area and Lessedeng itself. It was overgrown with bush and trees and all sorts of things, and what happened is a lot of robberies in that area were staged from this park because people could hide themselves or their objects in the grass and come and collect them at their own free will. So we've now got Nick Kalichi, who's volunteered to help us clear that park, and at the end of this month he's cutting all the bush. We're leaving the big trees there, but all the small bush and the grass is going to be cleared, and eventually we're hoping it will become a park for use of the whole community. We'll put in concrete benches, tables and rubbish bins as well. And again, the safety monitors will monitor that. We've also got an exciting project we're starting with the University of Pretoria. Almal sê vir my, jy weet, Vaal-Water is maar die agterend van alles. Jy ry deur en dis vuil. Ons is nie trots op oor ons dorp nie. And that's true. It is not pleasant to drive through. It's a place that someone drives through to get somewhere rather than stops. So we've got hold of the University of Pretoria, the Department of Architecture and Town Planning, and they've agreed to send 2 honours students to us for 6 weeks early next year. And they're going to have a good look at Vaal-Water. They're going to study, and Richard Wadley has kindly offered to help them with the history of Vaal-Water so they understand where it's come from. We're going to be looking at this unique characteristics of Vaal-Water, and we're going to be looking at the new road, how that's going to be planned in, and how we can develop the town that it's much more user-friendly for tourists. And that's going to be an exciting project. We'll obviously have to work very closely with the university, with the Modimolle municipality. And clean up. This is one of the other things that we want these safety monitors to help us with. As I said earlier, if they can show us where the dirt is and we can make an arrangement with the municipality, hopefully we can get this cleaned up. I'm also speaking to Waterberg Waves, which is the local radio station out of WWS, and I'm wanting to get a regular program going on cleaning up the town, because we've got to start at the homes of people. They've got to take pride in their own homes. If they take pride in their homes, they're going to take pride in the community in which they live. So it's going to be a long, ongoing process, but we're working on it. Training, what have we done? We've done 8 training courses so far, from First Aid 1, Level 1, First Aid Level 2. We've done breakfast preparations, we've done health and safety in the kitchen, goodness, and a whole lot more that have been offered, and they've been, as you can see, very well attended. And a lot of the lodges are saying, wow, this is something we need. And they've approached the people who we are asking to assist us with training to do on-site training as well. So the idea is, if you have a large number of staff that you wanted trained, we can arrange it through these people. As members, you get a discount on the training. The feedback we've had, because we don't just do the training, we ask the students to give us feedback afterwards, and we also ask the lodges, was hierdie helpful? Het hy iets vir jou gedoen? Is jou mense nou beter na hulle hierdie opleiding gehad het? So we're monitoring the training to see that it's what is needed, and we have here today for you afterwards day workshops for Waterberg tourism. Daar's 'n hele paar opleidingskurse wat ons wil doen voor tussen nou en Kersfees. Laat ek net 'n idee gee: table setting and service, summer salads, jams, preserves and pickles, sweet savory pastries, vegetarian and vegan menu planning, low carb menu planning, pastas and sauces, Christmas in South Africa, how to prepare a proper Christmas meal, customer service and conflict resolution. So al hierdie is eintlik gemik op die lodges self and the establishments so that they can get the benefit of short compact services which will help their staff to face the demands. We've got about 30 or 40 different types of courses we can offer. We're going to send out a little questionnaire in the next few weeks asking you which courses you're interested in. It's no good bringing courses here if you're not interested in them. So that's the idea, to bring courses that will be able to help you. We're also active on the sports side. We've had meetings with Sam Onkola of Lindani. For the last few years, he's had about 200 people in May each year come out for a cycling race. This year he's upping it to 500, which means if you've got 500 cyclists, they bring their wives and they may bring their children. You're going to have a few thousand people in Falwater area during that period. And this is where we believe we can help all of you, because they're going to need accommodation. They're going to need to buy things. They're going to need to know what to do in Falwater while they're here. So not only have we tied up with Sam, but Simone Bebe is now Secretary of Cycling Limpopo. So they are thinking of bringing in road races, BMX cycling and other things to attract tourists on an eco-friendly basis into the Waterberg. With all the cycling and with running, we're going to have to train monitors and marshals to control this so that the events are held properly. We're starting a run next Saturday. In fact, it's going to start off with a whimper as a walk run for 2.5 kilometers. It's going to be from the Laar School parking area, and it's going to be around town. The following week we're going to go up to a 5-kilometer run, and then the following week up to a 7-kilometer run. And the whole idea is to bring all members of the community together here so that they can share the town. They can come together in a community spirit to uplift this town, because we can't do it on our own. We need everyone to participate. There's also a very active archery event, or not event, but program taking place at the academy. Now, some of your children may be there and be attending that, but our kids in archery are doing extremely well, and we can use this as a base also as one of the sports which we can use to promote the Waterberg. What are we doing on the business side? We intend opening a new community market. And this will hopefully be a weekly market in the future. It will probably be held here at the Farmers Hall. And everyone will be invited, provided your products and your services are all local. No cheap Chinese imports. Plaaslike goed asseblief, dis wat ons gaan doen. Daar sal kos wees, daar sal arts and crafts wees, daar sal klere wees. By hierdie sal ons ook 'n Kaap boot sale hê. So as mense dinge het by die huis wat hulle nie meer nodig het en hulle wil verkoop, hulle kan hulle bring en daar op een kant van die plek verkoop. Ons sal ook kos hê, lekker koffie, daar sal musiek wees, daar sal 'n veilige speelplek wees vir die kinders ook. So that's one of our ideas. All the churches are welcome. We're not going to stop anyone from doing their own thing, but if we can get this market established, like they do in Gauteng, like they do in the Cape, we have so many visitors who are looking for things to do on a Saturday. It will also uplift the people in this area. It will bring more money to our area. So that's one of the thoughts there. A lot of people have said to me in the past, we have a problem. Where do I find staff? Especially the lodges. Waar kan ek iemand tydelik kry? Waar kan ek iemand permanent kry? Where can I get good people? And in our workings around town, we've come across two wonderful people, Josh and Taryn. Josh has a very strong base in Leseding. He's a reputable guy. And we have Taryn Lockhart, who's done employment for a long, long time. And we've got them coming together under Waterberg Employment Resources with a view to providing proper training for CVs, because we all know CVs are cut and paste and no one does a proper CV. So we're going to help people to do this. We're going to do police clearances on the people who we place. We're going to keep records of who's placed and monitor the type of people that are being placed. And as I said, the lodges we've approached so far have said a wonderful idea. Can't you also help us with volunteers? So we're looking at the volunteer aspect as well, because a lot of volunteers come into the Waterberg and provide a big source of income for the community. So they'll be looking at that as well. And that's hoped, it's starting to get underway, and within the next month or two it should be there. Social media, not much to say there. Our friend Antoinette is the brains behind our social media. We have a website which you know of, Waterberg Tourism. It has more hits than we ever expected. We are pleasantly surprised. Can you give us an idea there?
Yeah. It's steadily increasing as from June that we started the website. We are standing now at 46,800 hits so far just for this month.
Just this month, and we're not even at the end of the month.
And then our post reach on Facebook was 1,432 hits on Facebook.
So
that's just basic stats, but yeah, it just shows that there's a steady increase every month, and we've got good interaction and engagement.
And I ask you please to share this with your friends, particularly Facebook. It's a lovely program to like and share, because the more hits we get, the more what we're doing here in the Waterberg is going to get shared, not only in South Africa. In fact, a lot of our hits come from America.
The USA, yeah.
Yeah? Mm. So it shows, I think, that things are starting to happen in the Waterberg. I think the database I've touched on. I'm not going to waste any more time there. We know that we've got the kiosk.
Sorry, I just want to say on that social media,
Yeah.
when they post on Facebook anything, there was hashtag Waterberg Tourism.
Good
It's
idea.
one word.
As one word. Then whenever somebody searches on Facebook for Waterberg, that will come up. Any post that's been posted.
Great idea. Thank you.
They do that.
So any photos in our area, anything about your lodge or your business, you put hashtag Waterberg Tourism as one word, and it will all save in one area.
Because the stuff that goes on our Facebook as well, if I'm not mistaken, Antoinette, goes automatically onto our website as well.
Yeah, it integrates.
So it's all integrated and is
So
very
with that
effective.
hashtag, they will bring up Waterberg Tourism as well.
Okay. Just again, the kiosk enables visitors to find places to stay. As I said, and Fingers is there at the back there. He's in there most of the time. Stand up, Fingers, let them see you. Fingers is the guy who's there and responsible for keeping it running. And the number of visitors he has is just astounding. They look for places to stay, places to visit, and things to do. And also for shops and services. You know, a lot of businesses have said, ek is nie 'n toerisme besigheid nie. Hoekom moet ek aansluit? Hoe meer mense in ons dorp kry, hoe meer mense gaan goed koop. Of dit kos is, of 'n selfoon, of 'n battery, of maak nie saak wat dit is. So everyone is involved in this. I've just put up here some of our associates, people who have supported us in the form of being associates, have become members. We have a number of sponsors who has helped us. John with his database, Tybos with all the furniture in our shop, our kiosk, Unique Designs, Antoinette, Megs, our software, and Bushveld Info, which has done a great job also in helping us promote the name of Waterberg Tourism. Sorry, my presentation went on a little longer than I had hoped, but I get so enthusiastic I get carried away, so my apologies. Times for